Good evening, everybody. How is everybody in what is this, month 5? It's been fun, hasn't it? I know I'm having a great time. Anyhow, you're listening to the world's greatest DJ, Wynette Slayer, professional F1 driver, and your best friend, Julian Orbit. Sit back, relax, have a drink, and hang out with us. We're here for you in this time of need. Tonight's movie review segment is Ghost in the Shell, 1995, the original, not 2.0. Do that one some other time. Also known as Mobile Armored Riot Police. I bet you didn't know that. It's directed by Mamoru Oshii. This is off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure he's known for Patalabor. I know I'm totally saying that wrong. I still don't know how to say it. I've been watching it for years, and I know he did the Lupin series. So awesome. And joining us tonight, in this order, superstar streamer, intergalactic man of hats, two-time master of the Strawberry Run at Sunshine Ski Resort, Tronicsization, Stairmaster, auteur of the piano, and motorcycle hoonigan, Mabobius. Let's get those boys in the stream. Good evening, guys. How's it going? Yeah, let's just dance. Let's dance.
I'm waving aircraft in.
Yeah, wave them in for us. Wave the craft in. Come on. Come on, guys. Everyone join the stream. Here we go. So, we're going to start with this. Just because I think it's funny.
What am I looking at?
Just a awesome clip I took today. That's literally going to be my new avatar from now on.
She's got the DDTs.
I named this MP4 "Do the Chicken." So before we get into anything,
a screening of this for my phone.
Nice. So before we get into anything, how many of you out there can name top? I wouldn't say just 5 things about this movie that people wouldn't actually know. Anyone? Anything?
That people wouldn't actually know?
Yeah, that's like what they wouldn't know about it. Like there's like anything. Top 5 facts that you think people would know. Like I just named one. Number 1, it's not actually called Ghost in the Shell in Japan. It's called Mobile Armored Police. Or, sorry, Mobile Armored Riot Police. There's one fact right there.
Huh, cool.
Right?
I don't know the first thing about this show. It's the first time I watched it was last night.
Number 2,
wow.
There's only one person in the field on their team.
Mike, a little closer there, Tronics. Can't hear you.
There's only one person on their team that goes into the field that does not have any cybernetic parts.
Right. You know, it kind of reminded me of like an 80s action movie. They got the rookie with them. You know? It's like his first day on the job,
but he's not the rookie. He's there because
he's a cop. Yeah.
Out of all of them, he's the only one that is 100% pure human.
That's correct.
And they want that perspective on the team.
Is it the guy with the mullet?
Yes, Mr. Mullet. Mr. Typical 90s Japanese animation guy. Like
with the 6-gun.
Regular Joe.
Yeah, he's your everyman. You know,
Joe Baseball.
He could be in Fatal Fury as one of the fighters. You know, just you could put that guy anywhere. He's great.
Joe
I love the character. But he's not the main character. He's just kind of like a side story. The more I look at that, I mean, it's a good
side story. Like he's.
Yeah, we learn nothing about him. He's there, but he's not there. It's okay. Anyhow, so anything else? Anything else, guys? Top 5 things that people would know. And I guarantee some people aren't going to know this one. This movie was actually adapted into a live-action film not that long ago.
Oh, everyone knows that.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone does know that, because I told someone that today and they're like, what? They're staring at me like I was crazy. I'm like, no, that actually happened. So, there's things out there.
ScarJo was in it.
Yes, Scarlett Johansson.
She did a
The
fantastic job. I saw that.
the Danish girl with a Thor's hammer tattoo. Looking good, girl.
This is one thing they might not know.
Oh, here, let's take a look.
Focus.
Let's
The
focus
TV
on this.
series,
Right.
or sorry, the anime series that came out after it.
Okay.
What's it called?
Tell us more.
Ow. Your
Ghost
poor
in the Shell
fingers.
standalone complex came in a fancy tin.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually in the series. There's many DVDs in here. Yeah, that's how old I am.
DVDs.
I have an anime collection on DVD.
Now, guys, I
Is
actually.
Anal Queen 6 hidden in there somewhere?
No, man, I just downloaded that. What the fuck?
Are you kidding me? I got like Dirty Docs right on my shelf. Who cares? So. Why hide it?
That.
You know?
We used to play that at parties we had at our house. We just throw it on the TV and people would be walking around drinking, looking at the TV like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we had this like multi-TV setup, like, splitting signals. So it's like on every TV in the house. People are like, what the hell is this? This is weird. Fun stuff.
Number 3 was the hit. Everyone liked number 3.
Right? Yeah. That
Three.
was the.
Three of what?
Dirty DOS Butt Bangers, number 3.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the breakout of the series.
I see.
That really got. That has nothing to do with this. So
the stream is rated MA, by the way, people.
All my streams are. Everything on my channel is rated that.
There was porno with this German chick, and she called herself Uberwoman. And me and my friends used to laugh and watch it. Because at the beginning of the show, she was all like pumped up. She's like, Uberwoman can stick fucking car in ass.
Okay, that's enough.
We're not here
to promote. We're not here promoting Pornhub. We're here to talk about anime.
Not Pornhub.
Drunkards. Look at that. So, enough.
Fancy.
Please.
Enough porn. You brought it up.
Yeah,
but you did.
Yeah, and we're here to talk Ghost in the Shell. Please, guys. It's an important. I feel that this is a very important film. That was a breakout for a lot of people to get interested in this style of medium rather than just American animation, right? Like this and Akira and
Blood, The Last Vampire.
Definitely Blood. And guys, if you're watching, we are going to be reviewing all of those. We're going to be doing anime every Tuesday. So tune in if you like anime and hit subscribe. Or just tune in. It's okay. Leave a comment. Whatever. It's not going to beg you anymore.
What was that crazy, like 20 series of Gundam style animation that was in North America only?
I don't know. You tell me.
It was like 20 series of them, like piloting robots and fighting and stuff. But it wasn't Gundam. It was just like an American version of Gundam.
An American version of Gundam? I'm not too sure.
Oh my god, there's like...
like Googling it really quick. Let's keep this conversation rolling, guys. There's people watching.
I forget.
So that's fine. Yeah, Gundam was great. Like, if you want to, we can talk about old anime really quick. Like, what anime, and don't bring up tentacle stuff, please. Yeah, Gundam was great. Someone opened YouTube by accident. Like, did you guys grow up watching anime at all?
No.
No? Really? I didn't know that about you. I wouldn't expect that from you, Tronics.
Except for this one series I'm trying to find the name of.
Because the one thing CBC had is they would play like Captain Herlock and Space Pirate Cobra. Like really like older 80s, early, and G-Force, also known as Battle of the Planets. They would have that on their schedule back in the day. Battle of the Planets was actually my favorite anime when I was a kid. I wanted to be the eagle. It's cool. So, that's how I was introduced to it. Macross,
Macross.
aka okay, also known as Robotech.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
the one I was
where.
talking about. It's got like 20 seasons.
Oh yeah, those technically weren't even the same show. Like the one that we got here was they took Macross and Robotech and jammed them together and made an entirely different show just using clips. I'm like, that is bonkers to think about.
There was also Macross Plus,
Now,
but it was Robotech that I watched when I was a kid.
did you guys know that this movie was actually in theaters?
I
No
did
joke.
not.
I saw this at the Westmount Theater, and there's one theater in town that would play this type of content. So I saw this the day it came out in theaters. I think I was skipping school to tell you the truth. I'm like, Ghost in the Shell? I'm like, I should go watch that. And I think we might have smoked one before we went in, and I'm telling you, this movie blew my goddamn mind away. It's like, so I have a lot of acclaim for it. It's definitely one of the classics, one of the highest up classics. It's
Do you consider Voltron anime?
yes, of course it's anime.
I grew up watching that too.
Well, yeah, I mean the original it's anime. So I came out the same time as G-Force or Battle of the Planets or Eagle Riders, whatever you want to call that show. It's got 10 different names.
Didn't watch any of those. I watched Captain Planet and Voltron.
Captain Planet does not count in this conversation. Thank you. That's almost insulting.
But I wanted the laser tag game.
What laser tag game?
Isn't that the one where they ran around and, like, shot each other in the chest?
Not Captain Planet. You're thinking Captain. I can't remember what the hell that's called now. Yeah, I know the one. That's where you can shoot at the TV with the guns and stuff.
Yeah.
That's not Captain Planet's the fucking. Captain Planet, and they got the rings, and we're gonna save the environment. Like, okay, I'm falling asleep now. That was awful.
They're fighting those like floating robots that like.
Yeah, that show was so cool. Right? Do you know what we're talking about?
No, I've watched 4 anime movies in my lifetime.
Wow.
And Ghost in the Shell would be the 4th.
Wow.
So
You look
I'm
enthusiastic.
a little bit out of my element right now.
That's fine. Hey, we're gonna bring you in. We're gonna make you a fan. It's gonna happen, right? Everyone watching. If you want Mobius to watch anime and be a fan of it, click like.
Subscribe. Button's right down there.
It's right there. It's free.
Do you remember GoBots?
Of course. GoBots were the
Transformers
for kids.
One other anime movie, but I'm not allowed to mention it. So.
Yeah, please don't bring that up. This guy sends me a link to this. I'm like, oh, what's this? I'm like, oh my god. Like, why? Why do you do this to me?
Well, I did mention it in one of the other streams, but we used to have LAN parties, and guys used to like put that on as a joke. There she is, the badass.
Our main protagonist. That's right. So I like the scene. I just like the way it starts everything off. Right? She's just hanging out. She's got those glasses, and it's like she's scanning. Really cool stuff. You get so many like pre-cyber, that late '90s cyberpunk.
Oh yeah.
Thing.
Oh yeah, Shadowrun.
Because the internet and everything, like this predates it, and it's just like, I mean, you get a Matrix vibe from this, right?
I get a Shadowrun vibe from this. I played the Shadowrun tabletop.
Wow, you played that? I'm jealous. I've never played a tabletop game in my life. I've always wanted to. I even had Hero Quest, and I had it wrapped, unopened in a box up until like last year. And this guy I was working with, he's like, "You have Hero Quest?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've never opened it." He's like, "I'll give you $800 for it." I'm like, $1,100. He's like, "Okay."
For Hero Quest.
Yeah, some game. It's a tabletop game. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, and yeah, it gave me 1100 unopened, still wrapped in the box with the sticker from Consumers Distributing on it. The price tag.
And
For
it's
like $200 probably.
No, my brother
Not
bought
even.
it for me for like $24 or something.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
but when it's not made anymore. And it
I,
was called Captain Power.
Captain Power. Yeah, that's the one.
Captain Power.
I had Captain Power. That was fun.
I wanted the laser tag game it had.
Yeah, Captain Power, it was live action, and you had like a laser tag like type gun, and while you were watching the show on TV, you could shoot the targets.
I know,
And
and I wanted to be part of it.
everyone wanted to be part of Captain Power. Only some of us got to be.
Wasn't there like a spaceship type game like that too?
That's the one.
I think I. Oh, I feel like I remember that from my childhood.
Well, you should, considering we're the same age. But yeah, it's a spaceship that's like a gun. You hold it like a gun, and then you shoot the TV. It was it was
But
fun. That's a Saturday morning thing.
the humans would like run around the ruins of civilization and shoot at floating powerful robots that had like a shiny thing on their chest, and if they hit the chest, the robot would die.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool, eh? Eh?
It was such poor quality, but man, I
Oh, the,
loved
the
it.
acting was just fucking atrocious. I mean, watching it now, like if you guys want to see something funny, watch Captain Power on YouTube. It should give you a good laugh. It's awful, but as a kid, it's like I need this.
All right,
I gotta be a part of it.
back to the rooftop.
Yeah, let's get back. Let's get back here. Boom. So this is our titular character. You like that? Yeah. So our titular heroine here, she's constantly getting naked. I think that's how the invisibility. Well, we'll get into that, but
Yeah, her.
it has something to do with it. But she's
But
just casually nude.
She's
But
got the predator
she's a
skin.
cyborg.
yeah, she's a cyborg. She's not really naked. That's we'll get into.
It's painted on skin.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
Why then does
So
she have nipples?
she didn't have nipples there. She does
to,
later on.
to make
In
her
that
look
scene, she
human.
doesn't. So
Hey, look, the only human.
yeah,
There
I
it
just called
is.
this. Look
Joe
at our,
Baseball.
our field agents, right? Just hanging out. Like I love those characters. I think they're absolutely excellent. I like how you don't need so much exposition or having too many explanations in this movie either. It just the pacing's
It
good, right? Like
flows.
yeah, it
Well,
works.
It
it
flows.
it
And
tells you.
and even as somebody who doesn't watch anime, and I'm not a big fan of anime, not to say that I can't enjoy it, but watching this, it just totally sucked me in
But it also tells you
right
what
away.
you need to know as it goes, right? You don't need the big
Agree.
20-minute. This is what you need to know before we go on. No, it's just
Yeah,
it
they,
rolls
they,
out.
Like
they
the
don't need
Star Wars crawler.
yeah, they don't need a drunk guy talking about Captain Power for 3 minutes.
No.
That's me, by the way. So, take the plunge, right? There she is. She jumps off the building, and you know, there's not much to say there. I just wanted to share that with everybody. And here's where we first find out she has that optic suit. I really like that. Like that's her turning invisible. You can only see the outlines. That's really cool. And she's like on her mission here. Find out what's going on, and I like that. It's
She actually just finished her mission there.
right, yeah. So this is called rebirth because she is essentially her body was probably destroyed after she jumped off to that building. They show her being like rebuilt, or maybe this is when she was built. I think it's rebuilt.
It's rebuilt.
Yeah, it's hard to say. But she comes out of the water fully nude and looking pretty functional. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a Star Trek situation where they're fully functional. I don't want to
No,
know. I'm not
no.
interested in that. Not in this movie.
She said she can't reproduce.
Right, but is she fully functional? That's what I'm asking.
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
you're talking like a pleasure pocket type thing.
like a rubber ass.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, we don't need to go there. We're just being stupid. I apologize, everybody. Every stream doesn't have to be like this. God, morons. All right, so I just entitled this very simple. Every scene in this could be a poster. Like right here, I could print this out and hang it up. Like this is absolutely gorgeous animation. I love this style of artwork. It's sim. Go ahead.
My, what big eyes you have.
I'm just saying it's simplistic and minimal and complex at the same time. I love this style. They don't make anime like this anymore, by the way.
It's the shading.
They don't do this anymore, but these are the type of films we're going to be reviewing. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, 1 second, we got Thank you, James, for that comment. Captain Power!
And you're saying we are wasting time.
I guess not. Anyhow, moving on. Once again, like, she's got the gun. Look at this. That could be a poster, too. That could be a t-shirt. Like, everything in this is so good looking.
Nah, I wouldn't wear that as a t-shirt. Maybe a hat.
But thanks for that. So she says, nope, there's no evidence. Just got the gun out. I like it. Moving on. So I just entitled this kind of reminds me of current times. The guys got the mask on, you know. They're an essential service, garbage guys, doing the thing. And the one character here, he's been, what do they call it? He's been hacked. His ghost has been hacked, and he's
been puppeted.
Yeah, he's not in control of himself anymore. He's going around terminal to terminal as like they're garbage truck drivers. He goes terminal to terminal, swiping it and hacking it, thinking he's getting information on his ex-wife.
Freaking it.
And we'll get into that next part in a bit. So we got these two dudes. I called this
Starsky and Hutch.
The plot thickens. So we get a little bit of exposition here. They're trying to catch every time they go there, they're gone. What's going on here? Every time we got a lead on this guy, we get there and there's no one there. Right?
They don't realize it's the garbage man yet.
Yeah, not yet. And then this one is called he gets a warning, so he's like, yeah, you know, the garbage guy gives him a warning, the cops are after them. Guy pulls out that gun, he's like, ba-da. It's like automatic with didn't he have like special ammo in that?
High velocity rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once again, that could be a poster. This is you know, I absolutely love this stuff. Moving on. So look at this. Look at the scenery in this. This is almost photorealistic. And it's not 3D rendered. You know, someone drew this. Now, if you watch the 2.0 version of this that came out in 2008, they did put a lot of CG in it, thinking it improves it. I honestly think the OG version like this is better. That's just my opinion. I love them both with all my heart, but you see artwork like this. This is stunning.
It's just like The Thing, man. Same thing. When they made the prequel to The Thing, and somebody looked at it and they're like, "What's this practical effects crap? This isn't going to sell. We need CG." So they took all the CG out, replaced it, or they took all the practical effects out, replaced it with CG.
That's right.
And as a result, everybody watches this movie and they're like, "This crap.
Sucks." Yeah, it actually killed the movie. How ridiculous.
CG sucks.
Let's go to here. So yeah, she's always casually naked. It's just standing around nude.
She don't care.
Well, you know,
she's
a robot.
And
she don't care.
How she goes invisible.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's funny.
She just murked that guy.
So the one thing I'm looking here, she's got those. What are those, like socks, boots? What? Well,
I think they're boots.
So she's wearing the thigh-high boots, but wouldn't you be able to see those, or
maybe they're part of the painted on skin stuff.
Just throwing it out there. Anyhow, this is where this guy learns that he has been hacked. His memories have been just destroyed, and
that
he's
was
been
deep.
given fake ones by the puppet master. And they talk about how memory itself is just information, and it can be corrupted, it can be changed.
Memories were implanted in his head that he had a wife and a kid that he never had in his life before, and he's just finding it out. And that's the look on his face right now. He's like,
he's
my
about to
whole
break
life
down.
is a lie. And they're like, sorry, pal.
Yeah, never
I hate
happened.
to break it to you, but
Let's take this back to real life, though. If your
Right.
whole life was recorded like the Truman Show, and you look back on your life with what you remember to be, and what the video actually told you it was,
Right.
how much would it be dead on?
Who knows? Memory's a tricky thing, man.
It can
That's
be
why.
easily influenced.
Well, that's why the police, they want multiple statements and they want them right away, because people will remember things completely wrong. Like, they just put their own take on it, and it's not even slightly the truth. But yeah, I felt bad for that guy. The picture, by the way, is him with a dog. He has no wife and kid, and he was actually trying to show his buddy. And his
do you
buddy's
have a
like, "I don't
picture
want
of
to see
that
that."
dog?
No, I didn't. I didn't grab it. I had to
That
move
dog
along.
seems to like carry some significance because I looked up the sequel. I didn't watch it because I couldn't find an English dub. But the dog's like right on the cover.
Yeah, it
The
might have
same
something
dog.
to do with
There's
the
something
series.
significant about that dog.
Maybe later on. Tronics, do you know anything about the dog, or? I mean, you've got the
You'll
whole
have to know.
series right there. Oh, here we go. Let's take a look. Sorry, get your full screen.
He was on the cover that I looked at.
Well, this is the cover I have for.
Is that the
number
English
2
dub?
Isot's.
Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
the dub? Oh,
But
man.
also it's a DVD. Look.
You got a copy of that.
The one we're reviewing right now.
Hey, look, I used almost the same screenshot.
Right.
Nice.
I like my Ghost in the Shell, and I'm going to watch the new Ghost in the Shell series on Netflix. I believe
Awesome.
it's on Netflix anyways.
Yeah, this is a really, really big universe. Like, if you think about it, there's a lot of content for this. So if you're looking to get into something, guys, and you don't want Star Wars or Star Trek or fucking Marvel heroes or Batwoman or like Ghost in the Shell's waiting for you. It's 10 times as woke and progressive too, and it doesn't have to shove it in your face.
Yeah, and something a little more mature than Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
Something a little more mature than.
That's for sure. Well, this is definitely rated R.
Oh yeah.
The violence alone.
The guy's head blows up.
Right.
See his,
So
like, spine come out. It's like weird. It's like Jesus.
so my one question for this is, does she breathe? Like, can she breathe?
Well, she has to keep her brain alive.
Right. Well, I figured that too. It's
a
just
human
like,
brain, right?
yeah, she has a human brain
in there.
Yeah.
Well, part human brain. They added cybernetic parts to make her hear, see, and everything more. So
She's augmented, but
Yeah.
as we learn later on, none of this is even necessary.
Yeah, but what percent of her is still human though?
Well,
Her
that's
brain.
that's the point of the movie, because most of her brain is cybernetic too. There's just like little bits and pieces,
Her medulla oblongata.
So
if even that.
what they're calling the ghost is the spirit of a human
Yeah,
through their brain that is not a part of this, but most of their brain's been replaced by
Exactly.
cybernetics as well as their whole body. So
isn't she like 95% cybernetic at this point? Like, there's
it's basically, from
Very
what I
little.
understand, like brain particles still in the
Yeah.
brain cavity.
just barely bits and pieces, right? Okay. But yeah,
The
I
part
actually
that
think
they need to maintain to have a self, like a self-aware
And
being,
maybe
perhaps.
maybe empathy as well, stuff like that.
Okay.
who
Okay.
knows. So what's this one called? All right, so this is the one part of the movie that I actually don't enjoy all that much. And if you guys disagree, hit like,
Subscribe.
and subscribe. Yeah, but in all honesty, that music number goes on for way too long,
Oh,
and
the thing with the chick singing.
yeah, it started
Oh,
grating
I
on.
loved that. That's my favorite part of the movie.
I think it was just today because there was landscapers outside, and I was kind of hungover, and then that came on, and my head's just like, oh fuck, like please, but whatever. I do like the music though, and I wish I would have grabbed the shot from it, but at the very end of like this music section, it shows a bunch of mannequins, right? So you're seeing like just a bunch of mannequins standing there with the, and it fades out. It fades in the next scene, and I feel like that is definitely some symbolism towards whether she is real or maybe she is just a mannequin, in a sense. Comments? Anyone?
Well, the whole movie, she was questioning her identity and if she was actually ever human. So
Exactly. Like her memories could just be fake, and was never human. She's just artificial all the way, right?
hmm
I
Which is
like.
a good speech from the
I,
puppet master later on.
yes, I do enjoy those type of things. That's really cool. Like it's like white room theory. Maybe you're just actually in a white room and none of this is real. It's fun stuff. It's a paper I wrote. Never mind. It's weird physics crap. Let's so do the chicken. We've already seen that. We'll move on to this part. This is where she is contemplating her existence with Buddy there. I always forget his name. What? I've seen this a million times. I always forget his name. But yeah,
you
maybe I'm not real. That's what we're just saying that. Maybe she's not real. Maybe,
battle.
yeah, maybe she never was. So
There we
we got
go.
this. We got this guy. I'm still thinking, after all these years, I'm still thinking he's like more of a main character, but he's just kind of there. And
He's
yeah,
the only human.
he detected a ghost. There's a ghost, an invisible
hmm
person. He's loading that gun up.
He detected it. He warned the crew.
Hmm.
The crew set up an op. Didn't tell their commanding officer.
That's right. Fucking
Thug
awesome
life.
scene.
Thug
Awesome
life.
scene. Moving right along. So we got our "these are my fingers" type scene. Well, would you like
But
to be able to type like that, Tronics or
His
Mobiles?
fingers have fingers.
why
Uh,
would you need to type like that when she controls everything she does with her mind? She doesn't even have to type.
right.
I'd rather just control it with my mind and not have to be like million fingers.
Maybe they don't want to get a ghost in the shell, so they just use
Right.
a kinetic interface instead of a neural one.
So the one thing I find interesting about this film, as well as the way that they're all communicating, is they're it's some sort of radio signal that they control telepathically, basically using technology augmentation, right? And I literally just watched a video where Elon Musk was saying this is going to be happening in the next 5 to 10 years. Like we will be able to just communicate like that, and you don't have to speak with your mouth anymore.
The
You'll
the
just be
new
able to think it.
the new Total Recall, they had like phones implanted in their wrist, right?
Right. Yeah. Elon Musk is saying that ain't too far off. So then augmentations like this, so you can type faster and hack the Matrix and hack the Gibson, it'll be there eventually. We're getting there.
Hack the Gibson.
So this is where the Puppet Master gives us a gigantic speech of exposition. Honestly, I don't want to wreck the movie for everybody. Like, guys, there's spoilers. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen this, we're not going to wreck it for you, but I recommend. Like, the speech he gives right here is absolutely, it's
Stunning.
amazing. Yeah, it turns the whole film around. Now the puppet master is basically controlling
Wait,
this.
wait, wait. You're gonna spoiler alert if you go that way.
No, not. It's already established
We're
that
spoiling the movie by reviewing it
true.
frame by frame.
So the puppet master is inside an empty shell. Like this does not have a human brain or anything. It's just a robot,
He
and
was forced into it.
yes, his consciousness is inside of it. We learned that in this scene. He's forced into it, and it really changes. Like because at that point, I thought he was the villain, and now I'm starting to feel like he's not.
Oh,
Like maybe Section 6 is the villains.
he was a program created called Project 5201 that they lost control of. He was
2501.
2501?
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
That's
saying
my
about
PIN
me?
code. It's my PIN code on my credit card. Go ahead, guys.
Mine too. I just changed it right now.
Yeah, I changed it. Shopping spree. But yeah, this is absolutely just, it's stunning and brave. so, so I know that was good, but so we just got a shot here. This is after he shot the license plate with the tracking dart.
Tron.
This is like very early CG. It's
Tron.
Yeah, that's the one thing I noticed when they were doing the whole computer interface thing. Everything had a sound effect. Like it was like they'd be like zooming in, and it was like boop, and it's just like this is just stuff that people turn off.
it's
You
like
know,
19
your phone comes with all these sounds when you type letters and stuff like
Oh,
that. And
haptic
it's just
feedback
off, 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 off. So whoever is using that computer was a noob because they had it like all on, and it, like every little function had its own unique sound effect. And I was even getting annoyed by it. I was like, man, why wouldn't this person turn all these things off?
Yeah.
Like my phone is muted. When I use my phone, it doesn't make a single noise.
I'm like a grandpa, and my phone doesn't even have apps on it. I've got one app. That's it. I'm telling you, my battery lasts for like a week now.
I have an app on my phone.
What's that?
It's called Instagram. Follow me.
What's your Instagram there, Tronics?
Tronicization, of course.
What else? There you guys go. Check out his Instagram. Lots of good stuff there. And once again, we get like another music number, except for this section, I equate it to like an 80s action film. Like where they would have that type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like everyone sits there brooding before they go into the final battle, right? And there's just that music, and it reminded me of, like, I don't know.
I don't know
Not
what
command.
those goggles are, but they're like VR, night vision, blah blah blah, whatever. Like,
I'm telling you, in 1995, that was absolutely mind-blowing, right? So we'll give it that.
whatever those goggles she's using, like.
I remember after I saw this movie, I went to the comic book store, and you know the one, Tronics, run by that Asian dude who's like super ripped because he was sick of being picked on, and yeah. But I asked him if he could get me a Ghost in the Shell T-shirt, and he had it in like a week. It was all in Japanese too. I still have it somewhere. I was trying to find it for the show tonight, but it's been. How old is that shirt? And it's 30 years old now.
Something like that. Like,
yeah, it's like faded, and I still have it though. I
oh,
love that.
look, I've gotten rid of like all my DVDs and stuff like that, but I still have the Ghost in the Shell collection.
I still have this on VHS, and I don't even own a VCR.
Oh, I don't even know if an Xbox will play this because it's not like I have a DVD player or nothing. I have an Xbox sitting underneath my TV, and that's it. Like,
my PlayStation or PlayStation 2 could. So we got James. He's going, blah. James.
I still have
Thank
a
you.
360. A 360 might play it.
It might. It might. I have PlayStation 3. Is this? I know that there's games for this too. Is that available or?
Ghost in the Shell games?
Yeah, I had one on a PlayStation. It was awesome. I don't know.
Furious typing commences.
So, yeah. This one's just called Evil American AI Scientists. Oh, it was the Americans from the evil corporation that created 2501.
Hired from Section 6.
Yeah. And if you guys don't like the
Um,
screenshots, take your own.
There's one for
Go-
PlayStation 1.
Ghost in the Shell First Assault. Is that what you're finding?
I had it on PlayStation 1 and 2.
Okay, so Ghost in the Shell was PlayStation 1, and there's a new one from. Okay, sorry, new. So in 2015, there was Ghost in the Shell First Assault.
5 years old. Wow.
New.
What's it on?
I don't know.
You don't know. Come on, it has to say what platform it's on. Now, if any of you have played the Ghost in the Shell games, hit subscribe. Thank you. And tell us all about it. I want to know your experience.
If you haven't played them, hit subscribe.
There's one for PlayStation in 1997. There's one for PlayStation 2 in 2004. There's
Yeah,
one for
still have them.
PSP in 2005, and there's a PC
Ooh.
title dated 2016.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at. The
Now,
standalone complex First Assault.
now the one thing I will say, it's not off topic. Oni by Ubisoft
Oh God,
was actually inspired by this series.
it was so
So,
good.
such a good game. Oh yeah, I love that game. I believe I gave you that game, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
And I played it through 3 times.
Yeah, I know, right? Maybe we should do a live stream of Oni. It'd be fun.
You would need a hell of an emulator to get it to run on a PC nowadays.
No, you wouldn't. It'll work fine.
Mhm.
You get it to work. I think it's a Windows 98 game. Throw it in a DOS box or something.
Yeah, processor speeds and everything have changed a lot. It'd be like zip dead.
Hey, I bet you I could put it on my netbook and do HDMI out into the capture card and play it.
Probably.
And then it'll be slow enough. So this is just entitled Gruesome Death Scene. Like, that was brutal. Like, absolutely
right.
brutal.
Sending a message there.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with Section 9.
Yeah, and I do have a clip of this, but we don't need to go there.
No.
Yeah, I just made all these like brutally graphic clips, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't put that on tonight. So this is called WTF is that? Right? I actually
It's a tank.
forgot. I know, but I forgot about this scene, bro. I haven't seen this movie in like a couple years, and it's like, what?
This scene was crazy.
This is like this is the most iconic scene I feel in the film.
Well, yeah, because like basically she's completely outmatched, and the guy's like, "What do you have for weapons?" She's like, "I've got a C-24 and an M16 or whatever."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You can't even dent a tank with that." She's like, "Yeah, whatever. I'm going offline." And then she continues to fight this thing.
Right.
And
It's
I was
crazy,
just
right?
like, "Yeah, whoa, like here we go. David and Goliath."
Like as a first time viewer, like how did you feel at that point? Were you like nervous for her? Or?
Oh, I was at the edge of my seat. I was totally rooting for her, and I feel like she had calculated that somehow she was just gonna do something, and yeah,
Right.
I was at the edge of my seat on that scene for sure, and I was cheering for her the whole way. I was hoping that she pulled through, and
What do you
Nice.
think of the finale of the scene?
Wait, we'll get there. We're getting there. Trust me. This is the one where I took lots of shots because this is like the best part of the movie, in my opinion. So there's the sensor, right? And she's like, basically the tank is an AI robot type. It's locked onto her, and she gets on top of this thing after wasting all of it. She gets it to waste most of its ammo, not all of it.
just by dodging it, yeah,
Yeah.
dodging all of its shots, she's like, finally, it's out of ammo. I was like, oh, she's gonna do it.
She jumps on top, and she starts prying at it. She's gonna, you know, rip this thing open and, take its electronics out, take its CPU and crush it in her hands. And this is like basically the tank's like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. But nope, absolutely not. She fails and
Yeah,
literally rips her own arms off in the
trying to
process.
pry that thing open.
Hey, we'll full screen this for everybody. Like there's another poster. I really want to print this out and have it up in my office. It's just, it's gory, but there's the symbolism behind it, and the fact that she fails is absolutely.
But she tried. And
Oh, that's the point. I love this kind of stuff. You can't always win, right?
Unless you're me.
Unless you hit subscribe, then you're the biggest winner there is. I absolutely, I want this as a T-shirt. I want this above my bed. I want this in the bathroom.
Kind of creepy, dude.
Well, that was the point. I was joking. So there he is. There's our friend with his flat top.
Our hero.
And he says, "We'll see how it all ends." He's here to hang out at this point. He's like, "Okay, we'll see how this ends."
Well,
Might as well.
he,
We're all getting fired.
you missed a few crucial scenes, and this
What's
is
that? Go on.
This is what I was asking Roybell on what he thought of the finale of the action scene fighting the tank.
Right. Well,
I thought she was done for.
Back to Roy.
I thought she was done for after she ripped herself apart trying to get that thing apart. Guy comes, he's like, "How you feeling?" She's like, "I've had better days." I was like, "Whoa, she's alive!"
Oh, the tank was like crushing her skull.
Yeah. I thought she was done.
And then Buddy shows up with his BFG and he's like, boom, boom, boom.
I know I should have got more shots, guys, but at the same time, I encourage everyone just to watch this and purchase it and put it under your pillow at night.
I own it all.
I own it all. So,
I guess you don't really own content from.
it doesn't matter. We don't need semantics. Let's move it along. Let's keep this one short, guys. Short and sweet for everybody. So this is where.
He joins the two together.
Yes, he joins the puppet master's, like, basically cadaver, upper half cadaver, and she's destroyed too, and he hooks their brains together, and this is her, like, interfacing with inside the puppet master's mind.
They're
right?
networking.
Yeah, they're networking, exactly. They're networked together. And I think they're using that dead guy's brain or something. He's involved, the guy they killed. So there they are. In this scene, the puppet master actually hacks into her, so when he speaks, it comes through her mouth. I always found that.
She hacked it to him, and he hacked it to her at the same time. So.
So James says, "Can't win all the time unless it's James playing you against guys at Street Fighter." James, I swear to God, if you want to battle again at Street Fighter 2, like you really want to get into that, I don't want to see those awful Logitech wireless controllers ever again in my life. There's so much lag. It was terrible. Grr.
Sounds like an excuse.
It's not an excuse. Oh, here we go. We got a glove has been thrown on the ground.
And we got a comment from Neon Green saying, "Shit, yeah, beautiful," but I don't know which scene he's saying that about.
Probably the.
I don't see the comment. Do you want to bring it up?
Apart on the. I approved it when I saw it.
Oh, it's been approved. So I don't have it on my screen, but
it keeps saying is held for review.
It'll be up tomorrow then.
Hadouken.
It's because of the swear word. That's why. Google YouTube automatically blocks swears now. So.
Watch your profanity.
So we got this from James. I swear to God, James. I swear to God. That's
What is that?
I. It's a crying sad
Hadouken!
face. Yeah. Like
Hadouken!
no, he's like, oh, crybaby. That's what that means.
Oh,
I swear to God. I know you got
Oh,
your arcade stick. I'm gonna take my. You know what? I got this. I got this right here. You know what? I have sets of these, and I'm gonna destroy everybody with this. It's all I need for Street Fighter. It's the official Sega Genesis controller, everyone. It's back. It's a stupid Kirby. That's what James says. He's drunk.
Kirby.
It's drunk Kirby. Okay, thanks. Loving it. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad we
throw
got.
mine up.
Okay, guys. It's enough. You psychos. We got to move this along. Keeping it short. So this scene here, this is obviously symbolism. Right at the top, we got hominis. This is like the evolution of humans. The first time I never even put this together, but I mean, that's what this is.
Tree of
This
life.
it's the tree of life. There's symbolism towards our evolution, right? And that's why this is there. Absolutely amazing. Like this movie has nothing but depth. And at the time, I'd already been watching this type of stuff, but I took one of my friends to it. He's like, I don't want to watch a fucking cartoon, man. This is the 90s. We go see it in the theater. He's like, whoa. That might have been the weed, too. But mind's
Whoa.
blown. Whoa.
You know what the fourth dimension is, man? Time.
I was like, you think someday we'll be robots? Almost stoned. I'm like, I am a robot. A biological robot. Oh my god. Moving along.
If Elon Musk hurries up.
So we see the feathers falling down here. If you guys watch the series, guess what? That character comes back. It's like
symbolism.
Which character?
the archangel that comes down and kills them both. All right, spoilers. They both die in the next scene. So this is what we're left with. That's it. I entitled this "Goodbye Horses." I'm crying over you.
Goodbye, cyborgs.
Yeah. So all she is a head. We're left in the dark as to whether they merged. We don't know. It's like
Ambiguous.
Did they make a baby?
Yeah, did they have a cyborg AI baby? We'll find out. Yes, there it is. Well, we don't know that yet, but so Buddy finds her Moloko a new body.
On the black market.
Gets her ghost put in there on the black market. It's like tied up there, and it's gonna boop boop boop, usual hospital stuff. And I'm like, oh my god, it's a little girl. How did I forget about this? I watched this like maybe 8 years ago. I forgot all about the fact they put her into the body of like a child. I was like, what?
Only body he could get.
So, since you haven't seen it, how did you feel about that, Mobius?
I figured it was just a time constraint thing. Like,
Right.
I don't know if there was any symbolism.
Are you sure?
Maybe she was reborn.
I think there's a lot of symbolism there.
She's a new person, so she took the child body because there's a new person, because it was like, I do think she merged with the puppet master, and like she said in the speech, where that's her right there giving the speech, and she's like, oh, who knows, maybe. And I don't even think she knows.
She calls herself a newborn in this scene here. Okay, newborn, what's next?
But
so,
at the same time, the only way both of those two survived, both of their bodies getting shot right in the head,
right,
was merging and going up into the net. So she agreed to merge. They went up to the net. He downloaded them back down.
Yeah.
Or they merged both into her head because her head wasn't blown apart.
I feel all she is at this point is a ghost, and so's the AI, and they're just merged. Like, this is their child. This isn't her.
It's a mix of both of them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she says so. And yeah, she had the changed voice for a minute there. That was kind of creepy.
But
and this is our final photo. Like, we're gonna keep this nice and easy. And yeah, the last picture was entitled "I Am Both." So, you know.
I have a serious question.
What's
Is
that?
this supposed to take place in Japan?
I'm thinking Neo Tokyo, kind of like Akira.
I'm thinking like they have very like Venetian waterways going on through the city.
Yeah, we're never really given a location, but
like if this is Tokyo, it's very Venetian of them. Like,
well, in this shot, she basically says, "The net is vast and infinite." The net, by the way, that exact the net. We never really hear that.
The net.
There's a movie called The Net with Sandra Bullock, and she's like, "The internet, the 4chan's after me." I don't know. It's garbage. But
it is Sandra Bullock.
It is.
I like that movie she's in with Ryan Reynolds, where she's his boss and she forces him to marry her. That's, it's like
that's about the size of it.
I know. It's like in real life, it's like the lawsuit. Oh my god. Ew. Okay. But
aren't her and Keanu Reeves like a thing?
No, but they could have been. Keanu had a crush on her. I actually saw this on the Ellen show, and he didn't know that she had a gigantic crush on him at the same time. But he has been living with the guilt of his ex. Like, basically, he's been single his whole life. His ex died, and he just never dated anyone after that. So he could have had happiness. All he had to do was like reach out. And it's kind of sad.
Reach out and
touch someone.
No, just reach out and like that booty.
It's your duty to please that booty. But if you feel the same, click subscribe, guys. So how do we feel overall about this movie, though? Let's get on topic here.
Well,
impressions.
I haven't watched it for a long time, which, as one of my favorite series, I'm kind of disgusted with myself. It was almost like a new watch through.
Yeah, for me it was too. It's like I forgot about a lot of it. For a movie that's an hour and 24 minutes, I'm telling you, this flies by. It's like done. I'm like, damn it! I didn't get enough.
But it feels like a longer movie with the stuff that they cram in. But it doesn't feel long. It just feels like there's a lot to take in.
There really is. There's a lot of messages.
At the end, you look at the playtime, you're like, I thought I was watching this for like 4 hours. What?
Yeah.
It's not like The Last Jedi, and that's a good example of a movie that just never stopped. Or the one Lord of the Rings with the 20 endings. It's like, oh my god.
Or
enough.
I watched that one.
It sequel.
I watched that Lord of the Rings in the theater, and I was sitting there after like drinking one of the big pops. I'm like,
oh, the Desolation of Smaug?
Just end.
No, Return of the King. That is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like it has the ending where the hobbits go home. It's got the ending where the elves get home.
Yeah, it's fade to black. Roll credits.
Like the last one of the series, and it's just like this end and that end and that end and that.
It's like every single fan who wrote in and demanded that they include something in the movie had their way, and they're just like, "Don't worry, we'll put the hobbits going back to their homeland and meeting up with all their friends, so that you know what happens, so that there's no wondering."
Yeah, and the elves sail off, and the humans go all under.
Guys.
Aragorn and blah blah blah.
I watched the extended. Okay, there's the extended cut, there's the director's cut, and then there's the extended director's cut. I watch that every year, and that is 6 hours of help me. Well, I get completely wasted every time.
But just
Uh,
watching that in the theater when you're like trying to watch the movie without having to run to the bathroom and you're watching through all these 20 endings, you're like, just stop.
Now, hang on. I wanna bring up Mobius here. So you mentioned It Part Two, which you and I saw together, and
yeah.
at one point where you think the movie would fucking end, excuse me, where the movie would end, this guy actually got up and left. He had enough. He had enough. It just like I'm like, where the hell did he go?
My legs were both asleep. Like we paid for the IMAX. Didn't we get the IMAX?
Yeah, we went to
You know, it's
IMAX.
supposed to be IMAX, and IMAX is supposed to be this big theater. You're supposed to have like
It
extra
was
room,
so it was so cramped. Oh my god.
and
Oh
like
no,
my
no.
legs were both asleep. My 39-year-old knees were just like, oh god, kill me now, end it.
Yeah,
So I
there's
just
no room to
left.
even breathe in there. He had enough. He left
Um,
because they jump off
It,
the cliff. You think it's over.
I
That's
already
what
knew
should
what
just stop.
happened from the
hey,
book. I didn't
hey.
need the extra
What? What?
20
What?
minutes at the end of the movie.
Spoilers, guys.
What, for
What?
it too?
We're not
Yeah.
reviewing
That's
that
a
ever.
garbage fucking movie. Who cares?
I haven't watched it 1 or 2, and by the way, I never will.
Oh.
Just
Yeah, come on.
Well,
Stop
it
this.
one wasn't bad. Anyway, funny story, Lord of the Rings.
Go ahead.
When I forget which Lord of the Rings was in
When I was a
theaters,
rich man. Ba ba da ba
but
da ba. Sorry.
you know Eaton Center downtown,
Yes.
yes.
Tell the story.
they had this service elevator that went through all 4 floors, including the one where the theater was,
Hmm.
which was behind the admissions booth. And
Yeah. Okay. A
I
lot of
used to
people knew about
sneak
that.
into every single movie I watched.
Nice.
I went to endless theater movies. I'd just take the theater to the 4th floor. There was no key, nothing. So you
Hmm.
just take the elevator to the 4th floor and walk into
Yep.
the theater like you bought a ticket and walk into whichever movie you wanted. It was free. Um, I had a couple of stoner gamer roommates who loved to listen to gangster rap.
How old were you?
I was 20s, early
Mm.
20s,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, you know what? I'll get better sleep if I do this. Lord of the Rings was in the theaters. One of them, I think it was the 3 hour one.
Mm-hmm.
So I just basically took the elevator up, went into Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
I even had a neck pillow,
And then,
and I went into this movie.
what?
I found myself a nice cozy seat, not around anybody, because it had a
Mm-hmm.
really long theater run, and I would just sit in the chair and like you know the boom, I was out.
I just had the most spazzed out laugh in the world, but I don't care. You got me with that because I do watch it every year. I have what's called the Horrible Hobbit Christmas. I watch all of the everything Tolkien, everything that's ever been made with the extended director's cuts, and
With a
that's
giant bottle of whiskey.
yeah. I buy 60 of whiskey, and that movie I have actually passed out, hammered out of my face, like blackout drunker than if you guys caught the last Jedi stream where I fell through my desk. That's why I sit on the floor now. Because I can't go by a desk yet. Everything's closed. But drunker than that. And I've passed out and woke up and that music's playing and the movie's still on. I'm like, are you fuck? I've been out for hours. You know when you're like that drunk and you sleep and you're
And the
like,
movie's still on.
yeah, it's still on. I'm like, oh my God, how long is this director's cut? This is ridiculous. And at one point, there's actually a scene. This has nothing to do with Ghost in the Shell, but whatever. I'll get this over. But there's one scene in that movie where the two hobbits are just sitting there and they're just staring at each other, and nothing happens for like 10 minutes. I'm like,
Wait. Let's reenact.
no, it's
I blinked first.
like
Roy beat me. Roy beat me.
it's the absolute. Like, no wonder somebody went in there and said, "Okay, we got to get rid of all this." Like Pete, you've done a good job. This is an amazing, but my God, this is going on for hours, and it does. That extended director's cut, it's like over 6 hours long. You, it's insane. And then you take a couple aspirin, and you keep watching. And then I put the cartoons on, which are lots of fun because it's just like nothing but singing and it's Christmas.
They
Hobbits.
made one Hobbit cartoon, and they're supposed to make the rest of the series, but they never made it.
Well, no, another company made them, so they're not exactly sequels, nor are they they
Like
don't
kind of
exactly.
live action cartoon mixed.
Well, yeah, they have the early rotoscoping in the original
Yeah.
Hobbit, which looks.
But
Oh no, that's Lord of the Rings.
that one that was made is like nothing like anything else. So they made one,
It's awesome.
quit, sold the rights somewhere else, and all the other ones after were just like nothing like it. Like,
All right. We'll talk about Hobbits in the green room. Sorry, everybody.
back
If you
to
like Ghost in the Shell, but if you like Hobbits, just saying.
and if you like random commentary,
Yeah, if you like drunk people.
that go off on tangents about other movies while they're talking about a different movie, but it still all relates.
Okay, let's go through the 3 W's here. Would you recommend this?
Of course, it's one of my 2 top favorite series of anime.
Nice. Would you watch it again?
This is probably like the 10th time I've watched it. Sadly, this is the first time I've probably watched it in about 8 years.
And what would you do different?
What? I'm not an artist. I wouldn't do anything different.
Perfect. And what's your star rating? Let's just get that over with.
Oh. Ghost in the Shell is like tied with Gundam Wing Zero as my favorite.
Right.
Like, I love both movies. I love the series. I haven't watched the new series yet. I will, but I think this has to be the epitome of my perfect score.
What's that?
It's a 200. I love it. I
Wow.
always loved it, and I will always love it. I watched
Awesome.
it years ago. I watched it again. It holds up. The story's good. The art doesn't happen anymore. It's all computer generated now. That's hard work to draw all those scenes, color, shade, everything.
Right.
That's all by hand. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's beautiful with a good story.
All right, Mobius, get on camera. Let's get into it. Would you recommend it?
Yes.
Would you watch it again?
I need to watch it again, yes.
And is there anything you would do different?
Yes.
Okay. Fresh
That
perspective.
Horrible voice acting in the English dub.
Oh.
Everyone sounded like they were just reading lines off a piece of paper. They're like, yes, and then I went to the store, and there was a dog at the store, and I pet the dog, and then I went and bought a chocolate bar.
With the dog meat in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, I agree with Sean all the way. I agree with you, Sean. It was the plot was amazing. The art was awesome. The action, the pacing, the story. It really sucked me in. I need to watch it again. I really did love it.
Star rating.
I'm gonna give it 175. 25. Okay, so I'll give it 2 ratings. 190.
Mm-hmm.
In Japanese?
Yeah, 190 if you don't take into account the voice acting.
Yeah, the Japanese dub is way better.
It is.
But
it's always better.
The English dub voice acting, it's just I think the actors and this whoever was in charge of that, they're just like, that's just an anime. Who cares? Just fucking read the lines. And
God damn it, we gotta get this up there.
that's what kind of the effort that they put in. That's kind of what I got out of the voice acting. But other than that, It was awesome.
I think
Like
Momoko's fine.
I get what you're saying. They
Mhm.
didn't put the emotion that the Japanese voice actors
no,
do. But
like they
you
didn't
watch,
convey the emotion that was that you
yeah,
felt watching it, that you saw in the
in the
expressions,
art.
in the art, in the mood, anything. The music was great. I love the fucking that song with the singers, the
Yeah, it
you
drags
know
you
the
in. Eh?
oh man, like
Ah,
it
yeah.
just yeah, it blew me away, blew me away.
If you watch
Nice.
the subtitled, it'd probably just be like
Mike, a
completely
little
drawn.
closer there, Tronics.
If you watch the
There
subtitled
we go.
version with the Japanese voice actors, you'd probably be like pulled right into the universe. Like you'd be done.
Perfection. All
If I
right.
could understand Japanese,
You have
Subtitle,
to read it. You have to read it.
yeah.
which always takes me out of things. I want to watch a movie, not read one. I don't want to be a dick about it,
No,
guys.
I'm
I
in the
know.
same boat. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I need to be mindless. So I'll get into mine. Would I watch it again? Yes. Would I recommend it? Yes. What would I do different now that he brought it up? But at the same time, no, nothing. I'm just going to leave it there. I give this 190 stares. Near perfect. Near perfect. That's that. I mean, it's Ghost in the Shell. What can I say? This is classic. Where this is low hanging fruit for anime. If you hate this, you're a monster and should be canceled.
Even if you're not into anime,
Yeah,
this is still an excellent movie.
Well,
this is very watchable. So
as a guy
next week,
that's not,
guys. Next week, guys. We got two choices here. We're either gonna watch Armitage 3 or Akira. Leave it in the comments. Which one? You guys vote.
I have.
And with that, everybody, we cut this short. I'm sorry,
Wait,
guys.
Before you cut it out, I have a weird question for you.
What?
Weren't you adding a horror movie review night?
We're getting there. We're getting there. That's coming. It's
Yeah,
coming soon enough.
I won't be on that panel. Thank you.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll have to. We'll find another person for that one.
I don't like them.
But anyhow, guys, if you enjoy Ghost in the Shell and you like what we had to say about it, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and saying that, you can't break this human spirit, and I love you all. Have a good night.